Master illusionist turned filmmaker Georges Melies was an important part of the birth of the horror genre. Not only is he credited for producing one of the first horror movies ever made, he is regarded as the inventor of special effects, one of which he discovered by accident. Melies went on to produce over 500 films from 1896 to 1914. Join us as we take a look at the first horror movie ever made and the man who made it. Georges Melies was born on the 8th of December in 1861 in Paris. His parents were wealthy after building a high-quality boot company from the ground up. George was creative from an early age. He began building cardboard puppet theaters at the age of 10. He later moved on to craft even more sophisticated marionettes as a teenager, and truly enjoyed being a showman. After completing his education, Melies' father sent him to London to work as a clerk for a family friend and to improve his English. While living in London, George discovered stage magic at the Egyptian Hall. He instantly fell in love with it and dreamed of one day having his own show. After returning to Paris, George pursued a career in magic, while still working at the family business. He began taking lessons and performing on stage. In 1888, George sold his share of the company to his brothers in order to purchase the Robert Houdin Theater. And over the course of 9 years, Melies invented 30 new illusions and was very successful. On December 28, 1895, Melies attended a special private demonstration of the Lumiere brothers' cinematograph, given to owners of Parisian houses of spectacle. Melies offered the Lumiere brothers 10,000 francs for their cinematograph, so he could screen films at his theater, which they declined. Melies went elsewhere and purchased an animatograph from Robert Paul, along with several films. And by April of 1896, the theater Robert Houdin was showing films as part of its daily performances. Melies, after studying the design of the animatograph, modified the machine so it would serve him as a film camera. As raw film stock and film processing labs were not yet available in Paris, Melies purchased unperforated film in London and personally developed and printed his films through trial and error. Melies brought his theater knowledge to the film industry and was instrumental in the creation of special effects. Melies created the stop trick purely by accident. While shooting a take of a city street, the camera momentarily jammed, which made it look like a bus had changed into a hearse, and women had changed into men. He also experimented with double exposure with the film The One Man Band, where he played multiple characters. He discovered and exploited basic camera tricks, stop motion, slow motion, dissolve, fade out, and superimposition. House of the Devil is considered to be one of the first horror movie films ever made. It was shot in Melies' garden studio, which he built with glass walls and ceiling for better exposure with natural light. This series of sketches begins with a bat transforming into Mephistopheles, an agent of the devil. With the help of his assistant, he conjures demonic entities from a cauldron, which then go on to prank two men who enter the castle. In the end, one of the men uses a crucifix to make Mephistopheles disappear. The film was deemed lost until a copy turned up at the New Zealand Film Archive in 1988. It's safe to say that Georges Melies' contribution to the film industry in the early years was important, constantly innovating and pushing technology to the limits. I'd like to thank you for stopping by and checking us out. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more videos just like this.